In essence, it's time we open today's show with comments from the Washington Times article referencing the mortgage rate hikes. If you like or need the link to the article, you can find it posted on our Twitter page.
All right, I'll say this as it pertains to his last statement: the people who voted for Joe Biden, or the people who did whatever, whoever's paying a price, we're all paying a price, and we've been paying a price. Okay, it's at the gas pump, it's at the grocery store, it's everywhere. So
agreed.
To say that you haven't been paying a price up to this point that's a fallacy. And it's Sunshine Pumping, and it is bullshit. And this is coming from a non-homeowner. For anybody who listens to this, I don't own a home. I rent. I've been renting my entire life. I'm 34. I still rent. It's my prerogative. That's what I do. It's not good. It's not. This is the definition of what you call insanity. It's doing the same shit over and over and expecting a different result.
Yeah, and I'm in the market right now to buy a house.
Yeah, and you're going to get
this is going to hurt because my credit score is great, and so is the wife's, and we've worked. So you always working to get your credit right. Make sure you have good credit so you can get a loan, so you can get a home loan, so you can do all these things, get car loan, get a house loan without getting a high interest rate. And now you're going to punch me in the face for having a high interest rate or for having a good credit score?
Doing a good job.
This is the left. And I hate to say this because there's some things that I do agree with, but this is the left doing left things. If that makes sense.
We're punishing people for doing the right thing, and that's the part I have a problem. To me, in my opinion,
it's not even about doing the right thing. You're punishing people for doing well.
Yeah,
for succeeding in life.
The most
I don't even look at it that way.
I
don't even look at it that way. I'm looking at it like you're rewarding people for not doing shit.
Yeah.
Again,
the people that did everything fucking wrong, now you're giving them the good end of the stick and making me pay for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, it is fucked up.
I mean, to me, I'm being discriminated against because I have good credit. And I have this same feeling about a number of things that the government does. Why do I have to pay more for health insurance? If it's $100 for a procedure, it should be $100 for me and the next person. You're subsidizing someone who can't afford it. That's fine, but don't charge me $5,000 for the same thing. Now I can't afford it, and my health is declining because of your bullshit.
Well, yeah, and it all boils down to votes and money. All right, and the federal expenditures, when they talk about the deficit, they talk about both sides. They'll talk about decreasing the deficit. For people who don't understand the deficit and what they're talking about spending more than they fucking bring in. That's a deficit.
Yeah, deficit and debt are two different things.
Yeah, a lot more.
Exactly. So we have to continue to borrow money, borrow. As much as I fucking hate, I not hate, but just like Clinton, I will say this: in 2001, prior to
9/11,
our debt as a country was less than $3 trillion. In 20 years, we have multiplied that by 10. Explain that.
We have 10 trillion under Obama alone.
And
the prior housing crisis under Obama alone. And now we're going back to the same similar tactics and ramping it up again in the middle of extremely high inflation, extremely high interest rates because of your policies. And we're making it unaffordable for anyone. I mean, there's no entry-level homes, and you're trying to subsidize with the taxpayers' money. Now, no one can afford a damn house. You're going to kill the economy even more. It's going to take 10 years to get the damn a recession to get the damn country straightened out from these fools.
I'll be honest with you, and I don't like it because I like my life. I like, even though I'm paying more, I may be paying more right now, whatever, but I like the freedoms that I have. I wish I was more free. I wish I didn't have to pay income tax. I wish the government would stay the fuck out of my business. All that. However, you need to let it fail.
Some things have to fail. It's like the bank in California.
Fail.
It has to fail. I mean, you cover the insured amount. Why did we specifically bail out one bank? And we know why. It was political. There's millions and billions of dollars of certain.
Well, you had certain investors in there.
Yes.
Of the political spectrum.
Yeah, and it's like the mortgage crisis from the Obama years, where we have trillions in debt from it, and the taxpayer had to pay the bailout. So that's trillions more. And here
We didn't
go.
pay the bill. We didn't pay the bailout.
We're paying for it now. Superinflation.
We printed it. Hey,
Yeah,
I know. I understand what you're saying. I get that.
And that the printing the money like they did, and then holding it at the Fed, is created this inflationary problem we have now coming out of the pandemic. Because the pandemic took $2-3 trillion more dollars that the federal government did not need to spend. That was already running in a deficit even under Trump. And then now we still have super inflationary problem. It is going to take at least a decade to get out of.
It's not going to happen. There's going to be no balanced budget. We're all going to suffer. And I tell you right now, there's some crazy shit fucking happening in the world. And if the U.S. dollar is not the currency,
Reserve currency,
the reserve currency, because of our debt, we are done.
I don't think
There's a lot of talk in the world right now about the dollar. I mean,
I think a lot of it's more
all those places.
the policies of how we treat people, manipulate using the dollar and other strong arm tactics as a country. People are getting tired of that bad taste in their mouth, and that's why they're bailing on the dollar. Because they saw what we just did to Russia, and it's basically a proxy war. You know what I mean?
It's not a proxy war. We're at war. We have troops on the ground in Ukraine.
Yeah, I saw something about that too. Talking about we have troops on the ground not far from Russia.
Special forces.
Yeah.
So it's not a proxy war. Now they are embezzling our money, doing what they well please with it.
Oh, that's what we do.
But however, it is not a proxy war. We have troops on the ground. I can back that up.
Well, it's documented.
Another lie by the Biden administration. But it's not surprising. I mean, how else are you going to train them unless you do it in Poland or another NATO country? To use equipment that they don't know how to use.
That shit's all depressing.
It's all depressing. 100%. And I just want anybody who happens to come by the show to understand that the United States as a whole is going to change probably it may not happen tomorrow, over the next decade. There's going to be some serious consequences to all the things that the elite people in black suits have done over the last 20 years.
Oh, anyway, how about them Braves?
How about them Braves?
Hey,
Snyder looked sharp, didn't he?
Strider looked fucking awesome.
Yeah, Strider looks good.
Boy, we segue quick, don't we?
I'm telling you.